Well, hello, everybody. It's Reverend Rob. It's Wednesday evening. It's the first Wednesday of April, which I hope is going to be an amazing April for everyone. And I welcome you here to our Spin into Stillness evening meditation. This is where we make a few moments of our busy weeks to go inside ourselves, to have a discussion, a dialogue, a conversation with the deep self that is within us all, that I personally consider part of the divine, part of a higher power. But if you don't, you're still having that conversation with the part of you that is guiding your life. And of course, we do this by setting an intention, which is just us giving some focus to the meditation and allowing it to take some shape from that focus. And then we draw an oracle card, and we draw that card from the Star Codes Astro deck, a deck which I have really grown to love for its simplicity and for its clarity. And we have so many cards to go through before we reach the end of this deck. We've drawn many of the same cards, which is a message unto itself. But I'm looking forward to getting new cards each time. But when the other ones show up that we might have had this month or this past week, or even during the time that we've been using those cards, that it means something. That is telling us something. So let's get right to it then. Let's set that intention. This does not have to be something that you have to spend too much time on or get too worked up about. We just want to jot down a couple of words or a sentence or two about what we expect or what we are here meditating for tonight. You can ask a question of the universe that you would like to have answered by that conversation that you're having with your deep self. You can just make an affirmation or a statement of purpose or mission or desires, heart's desire for the week to come that the meditation that we go into can help provide clarity for. It's your meditation, so you do what works for you. I do like to write down my intentions, because if we were in person, I would invite everyone to write down their intention, and then I would collect those intentions, and then we would burn those intentions into the air and allow what intentions are to go out into the universe and to return to us in exactly the way that they are supposed to. So obviously I can't collect your intentions this evening, but I can collect the energy from those intentions. So if you would just write it down, or if you would, you can mock handwrite it down in your home, but then use that intention, keep that intention in your mind as we go deeper into meditation. Send me that energy as you do. It'll all be gathered up into a slip that I write the words everyone's intentions on, and that will serve as the little ticket that we can send out into the universe and burn. So just have a few moments now to consider what your focus is for tonight, what you're trying to do or seek, or how you are trying to unfold your spiritual journey. I will do the same, and then I will see you back here in a moment. All right, I've written one for me personally. All right. And we will write the words, everyone's intentions, right here, as you can see. And we will use those two slips of paper, those tickets, to gather energy, to give power to our meditation, to add to the community power and community participation of this beautiful meditation. So we're going to draw a card now. We're going to draw it from the Star Codes Astro deck. Looking forward to seeing what that card is for this week. And then we will find out more about it. So here's the deck. Now I'm going to shuffle the cards, and then we are going to choose the top card from the deck. So I'm going to hold them up and I'm going to choose that top card. This card will serve as the reading, as the card for tonight's meditation for all of us. And that includes those who are watching our meditation on the recording, because when you are here, whenever you're participating, you are part of the meditative community for this particular meditation. So your energy gets added no matter what. But when we draw that top card, that is the indicator that this is the card to provide us that information, to provide us more clarity for the intention that we have set. So here we go. I'm going to shuffle. And then again, I'm going to remind everyone, if you could just send me your energy as I choose the card. I'd love to choose a new card tonight, or one that we haven't chosen before. And also to remind everybody that once we go into the stillness, we are all in our respective locations. Anything can happen in those locations. You could hear noises out my window, or my dog's barking, or you might hear noises that I won't hear from your own home, your ambient noise. But our goal tonight is to stay focused. And even if we become startled by whatever noise we might hear, use that as fuel to go deeper into your meditation. So you might get startled for a moment, but then just swing right around back in and see if you can take it even more deeply. All right. So here we go. Top card is being drawn right here, right now, as you can see, and that card is, all right, well, we've had this one. I certainly have drawn this one many times at home. The card is Taurus and Cultivate. So Taurus is the card. Cultivate is the message. You don't have to be a Taurus to receive this message. As a matter of fact, this is the message that Taurus has for all of us tonight. And that is the message that is in response to whatever intentions we are setting. So it's about cultivation. I'm going to put the card down and give you a chance to see it for yourself. Right there, Taurus, looking beautiful and majestic and strong. Taurus is the sign of my husband, Wade, and the word is cultivate. So let's see what the creators of this deck have to say specifically about how they created this card in Taurus. And Taurus season is about a month away. All right, here we go. Taurus asks you to hold still, dig in, grow roots, and strengthen over time. Manifest in a practical way. Signified by a bull standing in its field, Taurus rules the neck and voice. Its purpose is to bring life into matter through growing wildflowers and crops, through our muscular strength and sensual potential of our bodies, and through the solidness of our material resources. The sun shines here April 21st through May 20th, and that is right around the corner. Our action tonight with this Taurus card: work with the metaphor of gardening. Plow the ground, plant the seeds, nurture the crops with water and fertilizer, and protect those crops from predation. Grow roots rather than travel. Investigate what concrete form your project should take and the next practical steps in that direction. Appreciate the senses. Notice what you see, smell, hear, feel, and taste. Use the senses to be in the present moment and let time flow by. Cuddle. Feed. In a relationship, listen to both the signals of body chemistry and the practicalities of your life to give it a fertile field. Cultivate your garden. Like a slowly growing flower basking in the sun, find contentment in this moment. Explore the roots of the situation. Ask what feeds this idea or what feeds your soul. If you're feeling pushed about, sit, hold still, grow roots, and let the storm pass over you. Don't hurry. Play the long game as you plant and tend your crops. Our challenge: Taurus excess can lead you to mistake stubbornness for strength or to look for spiritual or emotional answers in the material world. There will never be enough stuff to fill an emotional void. Sensuality is a Taurus gift, but sex alone will not fulfill a desire for love. Clarify your hunger. Everything that surrounds you is made up of matter, and the word matter comes from the Latin word mater or mother. Taurus connects you to the sacred Earth Mother Gaia herself, the physical vessel who holds spirit in the body, in the plants, and in the earth beneath us. So we are cultivating tonight and this week. Taurus is about those roots. It's about planting ourselves, giving ourselves nourishment and strength, which is crazy because I just wrote a very short column for the newsletter today about nourishing where we're planted. And so, once again, synchronicity abounds, and we are about planting those roots and allowing them to burrow and to take hold so that we can have the strongest bloom possible. And what a great time to tend that garden. As I said in my column, April showers. This rainy season brings Mayflowers. And so we want to make sure that we are nourishing with those showers, that we are taking the time to cultivate and tend to and connect with. Never confusing the material world with the spiritual world, rather seeing how the material world can advance our spiritual life. So it's all here for our use. However, it is not the end all. Gathering those things are about cultivating and growing, not about the end itself, which is our spiritual enlightenment. So it's a fine line, but I think it's one that is relatively easy, especially with this metaphor from this card of cultivation, to understand and to take with us as we seek more information. So how did this card speak to your intention? That's what you want to tap into now as we prepare for meditation. So make yourself comfortable, as we do each week. Find that space in your personal space that allows you to feel relaxed and yet gives you that alertness to have this dialogue, or to at least remember the dialogue or communication that you are having with that energetic, deep self as we go more and more deeply. So get comfortable, and as always, we use the breath as our transport to our deep self. So let's begin by breathing together deeply. We're going to take 3 deep breaths together, and on that 3rd breath, we're going to close our eyes. But first, we fill our entire body with oxygen as we inhale through our nose and hold for a moment, and then exhale slowly through our mouth. Now pause when you get to the end of this exhale before we inhale again. Good. Inhale. Fill it all up and hold. And exhale slowly. And pause. All right, our last breath together. Inhale. And hold. And as you exhale slowly, allow your eyes to flutter closed if you choose. I do leave the card up on the screen so that if I make reference to it during the meditation, you can kind of click open your eyes to see the card, to see any of the details that you're looking for. But for now, we return our breathing to a comfortable yet intentional in and out. And allow the tones as they ring through to take you more and more into yourself. Each breath as we inhale and exhale allows our body to relax more and more. And as our body relaxes, we can feel a lightness to it. The more relaxed we get, the more light, the less weight our body seems to have. Imagine it all just relaxing and becoming almost translucent to transparent. And what remains as the body relaxes is the essence of who we are. Each breath, inhale and exhale. Continue your breathing. And now begin to sense that essence that is left now that the body has relaxed and released that essence into the ether. Floating, drifting, through a beautiful and comfortable dark space. We feel free. We feel light as we float and drift through this beautiful, vast, dark atmosphere. Aware of how our very presence is glowing in this dark atmosphere. How is it glowing? How does the presence look and feel? How does it feel to be separating from our physical self and connecting with this non-physical self, this spiritual being? How does it feel to float? To be present and to be glowing a beautiful light of our own choosing. And as that glow from our essence gets brighter and brighter, we begin to sense the essence of all of us here tonight in this meditative, beautiful space together. so glad to be here together, safe, cared for, and loved. With the Taurus bull looking out for us today. Now that we are in this space, we recognize the fellow souls, the essences and the presences that are glowing around us. We begin to focus on that part of us, that deep, deep part of us that is appearing before us now. What does this essence, as mirrored back to us, look like, feel like, sound like? We sense its presence. We welcome it into this space. We welcome our guardian angel watching over us and making sure that we are leveling up in our meditation in a way that's going to allow us to do it and coach it on our own. Pictured our essence, we've embraced our essence, and we are approaching our deep self. And as we approach our deep self, we just seek to ask the question of our deep self, or state our intention. And we just sit with it for a moment and allow this beautiful non-verbal exchange of the deepest part of ourselves. Choosing to interact with us, share with us, love with us. We are here in love and peace. And we've made our statement to our deep self. And let us have these next few moments allowing our deep self to share with us insight, however it's going to share it. Maybe it's through the music and the tones, maybe it's through your breathing, or something you're doing physically, but that deep self is about to share with you some beautiful insights and secrets that only the two of you know, and understand. And where we thought we were approaching that deep self, we're actually realizing that deep self is now fused with us. And our bodiless presences are finding that we are implanted in a rich and beautiful soil. And while we don't have our physical bodies here with us in this meditation, in this space, we sense the roots of us being planted together. And those roots burrow more and more deeply. And we feel strong and secure in this space, with our deep self right here with us. Our deep self grabs a giant watering can and effortlessly begins to water the roots where we have been planted. And as we fuse with that deep self, with that presence, we are receiving just what we need to receive in response to our intention. We receive this information with such love and care, realizing that in fact, our deep self always has our back, our best intentions in mind. And since we can sense this, we thank that deep self with such profuse gratitude. And when we turn and look around, we see everybody sharing with their deep self, receiving information, receiving insight and guidance. And that's exhilarating to us to be a part of this growth and community. And we choose at this point to feel that nourishment of the garden pulse through our non-physical bodies that are planted here in this garden. As the essences of everyone around us begins to glow, we know our garden is becoming vibrant and more colorful, like time-lapsed, increased fast time photography. We feel ourselves turn into that color and burst forth as a beautiful flower in this garden of magical souls together. And as we feel that burst of color around us, through us, with us, from our fellow souls and presences, we rejoice and choose to return to our physical bodies, fueled with this momentum of this nourishment in this garden, of this cultivation of our heart's desires. And it's almost like our presence is whisked back up a chute. We can feel it as we race through the universe and find ourselves shooting back into the physical body that has remained there, breathing with that breath, tethered with that breath, shooting back in, instantly animating and bursting forth. So much so that we take one deep breath and exhale as we open our eyes together. And that was us in the garden, planted, rooted, having our deep self nourish us with the insight that was necessary to respond to that intention, and then suddenly feeling ourselves burst forth with flowering beauty, wanting to return back here so that we can grab onto this feeling in our daily life. This wonderful feeling of feeling that connection, feeling that blooming, and knowing that this is that era, this is that season of bloom, and this is just the first Wednesday of it. We've got a month of it coming up. Let's keep blooming each day. Each day we arise. Let's think of ways, think of the process that we can nourish, cultivate, and bloom by the end of the day. So thank you for sharing your evening and your deep self and your soul to this garden of souls that we have gathered tonight. And let's send these out into the universe, into the ether, to return to us. This is my personal one, knowing that I must cultivate, bring myself to life. It's springtime. It's the season of rebirth. This is where we break down to rise from the ashes. That's what Easter was all about. Everyone's intentions right here, guys. And they are going out. Here we go. I love just watching the paper just crinkle up and shoot away. And here we are. Thank you again. Let's check to see who's here. Kathleen and Sue, my Wednesday regulars. Thank you for being here. I love you guys much, 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 much. And let's see. Oh, Sue left some comments. Let's see what the chats have to say. Hello. You're welcome, Sue. Let's see what else is going on out there in the world. If you are on via, look at that. Smiley. Hello, Smiley. Guess are you playing tonight after this? Hello. Hello, Mina. Yes. Bloom daily. That's beautiful. Thank you for understanding and choosing to take that on. And let's check to see who else might be here. I'm so grateful for you guys for joining in and participating. I love that. I love the comments. I love the insight. I love to know where you are when you are. The comments. I love the insight. So, and belated happy Easter to Mina. Thank you. Say hi to Fab for me. And again, if you join us later, you're still part of this. Write it down. Send us a comment. Let us know how you plan to bloom daily. Let us know how you feel being in that garden. I love you all. Spring has begun. We're right in the middle of it now. Rebirth is here. Renewal is here. We are rising as we speak, and we are blooming as we speak. Have a beautiful night, all of my fellow participants in the garden, and I will see you and experience you next week.